plan. I think that might be the move. I think you might be the baby, 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 baby. Please just tell me what's good. Long you trying to stay. She say as long as I could. I say as long as you can. Well, damn, that sounds like a plan. I think that might be the move. I think you might be the two. That's too good for me and too good for you. That's too good for blues and too good for clues. Big Ginger need to give up the rules. I say I love you, she look confused. I see she bruised for nigga night, and now it's past 2. It's just a 2, both started at 9. Put 2 and 2 together, and that's a sign. We keeping the peace and adding a sign. You know it's a deuce. Now she outside, she hop on the 2. Her car decline, she pull out a 2.
What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man, George.
Yeah, man, what's shaking, guys? How y'all living out there, man? Shout out to the free thinkers, man. And shout out to everybody that's been following us on Def the Radio, DEAF #2 Radio. That's our new Instagram. Make sure you guys follow us there. That is how we got to this song, Absol Do Better.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah.
Yeah, man. And as always, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that kind of stuff, man. New artists. If you want some exposure, check out the link in the description. We'll put 60 seconds of your video or your song in front of one of our up-and-coming videos. Check that out if you want the exposure. But get into Ab-Soul, man. Yeah, man. How long has Ab-Soul been out that... I mean, I don't even remember. What's the last album that he put out?
It had to be around 20... We haven't done the... Probably 2017?
Something like that. Maybe
20... Maybe even sooner than... Y'all tell us in the comments. It's probably been about like 5 or 6 years for this dude, man, since he's been gone. And he's one of those guys, man, that's just been such a respected lyricist. He's such a dope lyricist. He's a poet. He's respected. He's a lyricist's lyricist. He's one of those guys. And everyone had sort of, I guess, high hopes for Ab-Soul as being one of the leaders of the new school. When he came out around, what, 08? Around that time? Right around the time, I think, Kendrick, Drake, and all those guys were out. He was a little bit more underground than them, but people always was like, this dude, always, when we're talking about the best, not about who it is that sells the most, but the best, his name was always in that conversation. So not sure why he's been on hiatus. You know what I mean? I'm sure Ab-Soul fans can kind of tell us and give us some feedback on that, on what's going on. But I'm just happy to see. I was happy to see his name come up on Instagram, man. When y'all kept hitting us up to get to him on Instagram, I was like, oh, Ab-Soul got a joint? All right. I know he put a freestyle out and we didn't hear it, but I knew it was a freestyle, something going around. So let's rock, man. It's been a while. Ab-Soul, do better.
The know-it-all that's always wrong, but I be claiming I'm advanced. This my second chance.
Okay.
They will always haunt my dreams. The green twins with your eyes.
That was really profound to me, though. You know what I'm saying? I know that was just a little quick, like, to know it all. But when you really think about that and you kind of know what's going on with Ab-Soul, you know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not as fully versed in all things Ab-Soul. I just know he's dope. Yeah. But I know when he says it's his second chance, you know, that tells me that he's aware.
Been through it.
Right. He's been through it, but he's aware of the opportunity he's had, right? And maybe it didn't work out that way because he started off by saying it's the know-it-all that's always wrong. So what that tells me is that he's taking accountability maybe for the fact that, you know, he's at the point where this is his second chance. Like, I may have squandered the first second chance I had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The first and the second. And now this is my second. Many people don't get a number 2.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's sort of this accountability that I feel like he's showing in that, in this humility. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was really, really dope. All right, yeah, let's get back to it.
They will always haunt my dreams. The green twins with your eyes.
Gotta do better. I 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 gotta Gotta do better. I gotta do better. I gotta do better. Gotta do better today. Gotta do better before it's too late.
Said I gotta do better. I gotta do better. I gotta pick up the pieces and master the puzzle upon us. Look the man in the mirror in the eye and be honest. Slow down time. Get back in line with my chakras. Reach for the galaxy. Leave stardust for thus after me. Enter the void, fill in the cavity. Risk the reward if that's how it has to be. I gotta do better, I gotta do better. I gotta do everything in my power to try to do what gotta do. Ride the tide, don't fight with the current that guided you. Melt the ice round the furnace burning inside of you. I gotta do better, I gotta do better.
I'm so happy, man. I'm I'm happy, man. Because he's a guy you just want to win.
You want
him
to
to win.
see him win, yeah.
You just want to see him win, man. And I was like, yeah, but we're going to keep it real. You know what I'm saying?
Yup.
'Cause you want him to win all you want, but if it ain't hot, it ain't hot.
Yeah,
Nah, this is great.
Yeah, I gotta
everything.
I gotta look the man in the mirror, man, and be honest, right?
Yeah.
That's what he said, right? He was like, I gotta do better, right? And pick up the pieces and master the puzzle upon us, right? So I gotta pick up the pieces, maybe the things that's been damaging in his life. When you say pick up the pieces, I gotta pull myself together. Maybe I've done things that I probably shouldn't have done. And master the puzzle that we all call life. I thought that was a really cool play on words with pieces and puzzle, you know?
I love that.
And look that man in the mirror and be honest, man. I think that is it's a very surface line that you can kind of dig into because we all lie to each other. Regardless if you want to be honest or if you want to be honest, no pun intended. If you want to be honest with yourself, you do lie to yourself all the time. We all do. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like that's him being introspective and really kind of taking responsibility to maybe some of the short steps or mishaps that he has had in his life.
Yeah, he started it by saying a know-it-all that's always wrong.
Yeah, I love
so
that.
you already knew what kind of time he was on by even starting the song that way.
Into the void, fill the cavity, risk the reward if that's how it has to be. I love the way that sounds, man, because he's saying that if I need to risk fame, fortune, whatever the reward is, if I'm not going to stay true to myself, then it's not for me. I'll risk that shit to fill in this void that's maybe inside of me, or maybe the void that we have, I don't know, in hip hop or in life or as a culture. I will forfeit the reward to make sure my life and what I do has character and has meaning. I thought that was really profound.
It was. And when he says reach for the galaxy, leave stardust for those after me, I thought that kind of plays into that. You know what I mean? It's like I'm searching for greatness. I want to do whatever I can to leave an incredible legacy. But just the imagery of stardust, because, you know, we're all made up of stardust. That's just what it is. We're all made up of what you see in the sky as stars. That is our makeup, our carbon and all that stuff that makes up physically what we are. So when he says that, that's playing into that, like leave stardust, you know what I'm saying? Like other people will be created via my stardust potentially, right? But just the legacy I want to leave behind. So, but reach for the galaxy, man. Be as great as you can be. I just thought the writing there was great.
I gotta do better, right? That's the name of the song. He's like, I gotta do better. I gotta do better. Everything in my power to try to do what God would do. Everything in my power to do what God would do. Ride the tide. Don't fight the current that guided you, right? That is so slick, right? The whole play on words between tide and current and water and all that kind of stuff. But don't fight the tide, right? Don't fight the current, excuse me. You know, and try to, because the current, what's right typically guides you, right? I think it kind of guides all of us, but we fight that shit. Nah, fuck that shit. I'm not going to forget this motherfucker. I'm not going to do this. Because we're stubborn by nature. Yeah. So when he says, I try to do everything in my power to do what God would do, I feel like it's an internal struggle all the time.
Yep.
So you're not going to do it all the time.
Right. It is a struggle.
And it's something that what's right typically guides you, but you don't always do what's right. And I think that's where the character comes in, right? I think that's going to be probably the theme of this song, you know, because when things are hard, I think George just said that, we had a conversation about that before we started the video. It's hard. You see the true character of a person when you do things you do the right thing when it's hard. Because it's easy to do the right thing when shit's going good. I mean, if I'm rich and shit, you know, it's easy to fucking give to charities and maybe seem like a great person. But what happens when money gets tight? When all that shit dries up, you know?
when you're back, and I think in Ab Soul's case, you know, when I look at this video, Ryan, the way that this shit is shot, it's in black and white. He's standing on top of the building. It looks like he's about to jump. And looking at Ab-Soul, I know he struggled with, I forgot the name of the disease. I don't know what it was called. He's suffering from the reason why he wears shades. His eyes are very sensitive to light. So you'll see him wearing shades in interviews. He's not trying to be cool. It's just to protect his eyes. Yeah. So I just feel like there's just a lot I think he said he suffered from mental illness. So he's got all these things that I feel like has contributed to him getting to this point where he's picking himself up. Like, I gotta do better. So knowing all that, right? Kind of knowing that backstory, knowing that the sort of degenerative eye disease that he has, and knowing that he struggled with mental illness, when he says the current line that Ryan just touched as well, where it's like, you know, don't fight the current that guided you. Like, he had all of this buzz. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things going his direction, And I think he's looking at it like I'm fighting against what made me great. You know what I mean? This is what made Ab-Soul, and maybe I'm going against that because maybe I'm scared. Maybe I'm scared of, you know, putting out art like Dr. Dre experiences, right? Just the fear of not being perfect, or the depression, or whatever is holding him down. You know what I'm saying? So I got to do better. I got to get back to basics, slow down time, get in touch with my chakras. I got to get back to what made me great and focusing on the things that got me here. Very well written so far, man. And I think this could be a mantra. You know what I'm saying? I think this, I got to do better. I got to do better. It's like, we going to be all right. You know what I mean? It's just the mantra nature of this song, I think could be, I think it just makes you feel good, you know? All right, let's keep it going.
Ride the tide, don't fight with the current that guided you. Melt the ice round the furnace burning inside of you. I gotta do better, I gotta do better, I gotta do better. There's nothing they can do that I can't do better. Better yet, there's nothing I can do that I can't do better. Yeah, I'm better. I said I'm better.
Gotta do better, I 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 gotta do better today. Gotta do better before it's too late.
Shade stuck to my face, hoodie glued to my head. Hiding from the same world that made me who I am. Deep rest, can't even get out of bed. Too blessed to be so stressed. I do all this shit just to say get off my dick. Mixed emotions prohibit my focus. This what you wanted, what's wrong with you? You don't make sense. Feel like I could flip at any moment. Faces playing and it's fucking with me. Doing drugs was just a war with boredom, but it's sure to get me. Lord forgive me. Amen. Wear the crown of thorns for sport. I'm just waiting for a stone to hit me. Relationship on the rocks.
Yeah, that was hard, dude.
That was hard, bro.
Yeah.
Crown of thorns for sport. I'm just waiting for a stone to hit me.
Yeah. When he says, I gotta do better, I missed it the first time. He said, I gotta do better today. I heard that, but then he said, I gotta do better before it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Because we're all on borrowed time. You know what I'm saying? You will run out of time at some point in time, right? Whether it's to old age, to depending on what you do, you know what I'm saying? Maybe street life or whatever the case may be, it will be too late at some point in time. So I thought that was very inspirational. Like, dude, I got to do better before it's too late, because we all will run out of time at some point in time. Hiding from the same world that made me who I am. I thought that was really insightful, right? You know, it kind of speaks to the line of what you were saying. Maybe can speak to some of the hiatus that he took. Maybe I'm gonna take some time off because maybe I'm a little scared of failure, or maybe just not living up to the expectation, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's kind of what he's kind of touching on there. And he said, I do all this shit just to say, get off my dick. You try to do things in a certain manner so people respect you. And then when people respect you and talk highly about you, now you want to say, man, you just riding him, man. Why you jocking him? Why you on his nuts like that? We do that. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was real, because I've seen that play out so many times in my life. I thought that was hard.
Yeah, man. He when you said that, to get off my dick line, Ryan, I'm just thinking about the imagery that he started off with in the second verse. Shade stuck to my face, hoodie glued to my head. You know, hiding from the same world that made me who I am, which you also touched. And then he said, get off my dick, right? And you said the word real. And I just think, when I think of this song, I think of him completely breaking himself down to nothing. Like, he is completely naked in this song, in terms of just making sure that he's not lying to himself, and it's pure accountability. You know what I mean? Yeah, he has the shades stuck to his face, and he may need the shades, but I think it's also symbolic of, you know, that's me. I'm also hiding behind the shades. I might need them in terms of this, but it's also symbolic. Me, a hoodie, you don't need a hoodie on your head. I'm hiding from the world that made me who I am. And this is what I said I wanted. I wanted to be a famous, rich rapper, right? So maybe because of fear of failure, or whatever the case may be, I'm frustrated, like the pressure of, yo, where you at, Ab-Soul? Man, get off my dick, right?
Yeah.
Really, the real root of that is that I'm scared. I'm scared of failure. I'm scared that I won't live up to these expectations. So the realness in this I'm just really impressed by this.
There's nothing that they can't do that I can do better. He's all, better yet, there's nothing that I can do that I can't do better. Fuck comparing myself to other people. I can compare myself to my damn self and say, dude, You know what I'm saying? I can always improve. And that right there is taking responsibility, man. I think that that's beautiful.
Too blessed to be so stressed. I do all this shit just to say get off of my dick. He's realizing, like, dude, I'm in an extremely privileged position. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am blessed. Just another example of the honesty that I'm getting out of this song.
Doing drugs was just a war with boredom, but it's just as sure to get me. So it's only a matter of time, right? Till that gets you. He's all, Lord, forgive me. Wear the crown of thorns for sport. Just waiting for a stone to hit me. It's only a matter of time till my downfall comes. It's gonna happen. But the way I feel like he's saying that when he says I wear a crown of thorns for sport, it's self-inflicting
Flirting
pain.
with disaster.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Everything he said leading up to this point, right? The doing drugs for boredom is gonna get me. I'm flirting with disaster. I'm waiting for the bottom to drop. I'm waiting to be crucified because it's a religious sort of reference there, right? Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Jesus on the cross, he was being stoned. You know what I mean? Is how I'm taking that, and I'm just waiting for the end. He's on a path of destruction. You know what I'm saying? Which is where we're going with the song. Like, I gotta do better. And he even said, I'm better. You know what I'm saying? So it gives hope that why he's putting this song out. Like, I finally got to the point where I feel like I'm better. But this is where I was. This is why I was gone for 5, 6, maybe 7 years. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to it.
Amen. Wear the crown of thorns for sport. I'm just waiting for a stone to hit me. Relationship on the rocks, my family all concerned. My homie still on the block, getting it off the curb. I'm stricken by survivor's guilt, I'm getting it off of words. Word. Come on, Herb, you
Gotta do better. I 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 gotta do better. Gotta do better today. Gotta do better before it's too late.
Continue on down that path.
I'm just grateful that I'm here, man. I'm grateful that I'm alive to share my testimony. I want to make this clear. I'm laughing because I've cried enough about it. So I'm choosing to laugh now because I'm here, I'm standing tall, and I'm grateful. So that's how I'm choosing. I'm doing the work.
Beautiful. That was great, man. Shout out to Omar Jones who directed that, man. The way that was shot, that was dope, man. I love the progression and almost it synced very well with what he was rapping about of being maybe close to death, and then showing him jump off the building and dying, and then it going in reverse. You know, meaning that that's the way my life was heading. If I didn't catch it before it was too late, you know, I got to do better. I got to do better before it's too late. If I didn't catch it before then, that could have been me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Saw him sort of rising out of the darkness as well.
Yeah.
And that when he was kind of, reversing the suicide or whatever the case may be, he was coming out of the darkness towards the light. Thought that was, that was well shot. The way that all credit to Omar Jones, for how he directed this. But I just really think that TDE in general, I don't know if Omar Jones does all of their videos, but they just do a great job in capturing the sort of essence of their artists. You know what I mean? I really feel like that captured the essence of Ab-Soul and what he was talking about. It just felt so authentic, man. So excellent video, man. And great song. He also said my homie's still on the block, getting it off the curb. I think he said stricken with survivor's guilt. I'm getting it off my words. So I'm going through, there's mental illness that I'm faced with. Maybe there's a fear of failure, right? I've got this degenerative eye disease maybe that he's dealing with. I'm dealing with survivor's guilt. You know what I mean? I'm seeing my boys having to resort to selling drugs on the curb, right? While I'm getting paid off of raps that I don't even appreciate it. Like, I don't even appreciate the fact, because he had to say that I'm blessed. He had to come to the realization that I'm blessed. So I'm sitting here complaining about my situation, and my man is taking penitentiary chances on the curb. So that probably added to his depression and maybe him wallowing in just self-loathing. You know what I'm saying? Just, I've got survivor's guilt. I feel guilty for being where I am, and I'm not even appreciative of it. It's just a lot, man, that I feel like he was touching on with this. And I just think personally, Ryan, that this is the perfect, like, if you want to take a hiatus and come back, this is what it should sound like. It should you need to, not need, but when you've lived enough, like even with Kendrick's album, man, I have my overall opinions on it, but I think that it was raw and it was important, and it showed that he's lived and he's gone through life, and he brought a project that was just something that was very meaty, something that just required substance and required life. And I think that this is what this is, and I think it couldn't have been better. This could not have been
that
a better,
was dope, man.
Reintroduction to Ab Soul, man. So this makes me very excited. I don't know if it's a full album or EP. Do Better, Moon Shooter.
Yeah, Trippin' and Date.
Trippin' and Date. So if is that an EP? Is that just the first couple songs on a full album project? Let us know, man.
Yeah, man.
Very excited about this, man.
That was dope, man.
This is the Ab Soul that I feel like we always, saw was great. Excellent lyricism, poetic, very well done, vulnerable. Salute, man. Salute to Ab Soul, Omar Jones, everybody associated.
Yeah,
with
that
this.
was dope.
Fire playlist, by the way. That's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm George. That's Ryan. Las Vegas. We out.